njia rahisi. Ijumaa tarehe 21 Juni tutakuwa Kisii County, maeneo ya mji wa Kisii, Ogembo, Suneka, Kenyenya, Nyamache, Marani, Masimba na Keumbu. Kisha Jumamosi tarehe 22 Juni tutazuru kaunti ya Kisumu, maeneo ya Kenyatta Grounds, Kibuye, Mamboleo, Kawosh, Manyata, Ahero, Nyamasaria, Nyalenda, Stage, Kondele, KRA. Tulipe ushuru, tujitegemee.
Kikohozi cha muda wowote, kutokwa na jasho kwa wingi usiku, uchungu kwenye kifua, afya kudhoofika, tafuta matibabu. Me and my baby, we have our problems, but we always work them out. Bimwa TB wa ishi poa. Bimwa TB wa ishi poa.
Good afternoon and welcome to KBC Lunchtime News. A lot in store for you this Sunday afternoon, from general news and much later matters sports. I'm Doreen. Arange Anwangeshi is our sign language interpreter. We begin with the very latest as far as the Eid al-Adha celebrations is concerned, where Muslims have been called upon to remain united and be their brother's keeper as the world celebrates Eid al-Adha. The celebrations held at the Sir Ali Muslim grounds were marked by prayers, followed by slaughtering as a sacrifice that is practiced on the occasion. Eid al-Adha is celebrated on the 10th day of Dhul Hijjah, the last month of the Islamic calendar.
Let us observe our unity. Let us live in peace and in harmony with all those who we reside with from other faiths, from other religions. Let us promote the good message of Islam. Let us promote the message and the glad tidings of Islam.
And we have been successful in separating the various segments, that such that the animal does not see another animal being slaughtered. The animal also, when it is after being slaughtered and it is skinned and cleaned, it does not see another animal.
Moving on, President William Ruto has joined world leaders in condemning Russia for invading Ukraine. Addressing the Ukraine Peace Summit in Switzerland, the president termed Russia's aggression against Ukraine as unlawful, unjust, and against the international law.
Speaking in Bergenstock, Switzerland, when he joined other world leaders for the inaugural summit on peace in Ukraine, President William Ruto said it is time for parties to the conflict to demonstrate good faith, abandon unyielding attitudes, and soften their positions for lasting peace to be realized.
We have gathered here and we are reminded by the Indian statesman Mahatma Gandhi, who said that an eye for an eye will make humanity blind. Just as Russia's invasion of Ukraine was unlawful and unacceptable, the unilateral appropriation of Russia's assets is equally unlawful, unacceptable, and a derogation from the UN Charter especially for those of us who believe in freedom, justice, and democracy, and the rule of law.
President Ruto now wants the globe to embark on a collective effort to resolve the war.
For the first time, we have convened to talk about peace in Ukraine and not war in Ukraine. Secondly, a commitment to peace makes certain fundamental concessions inevitable. This summit should not be a meeting of just friends. This should be a meeting of both friends and foe. To succeed in this positive trajectory, Russia must be on the table, number one.
President Ruto regretted that the war has had a devastating impact across the world, including Africa. But even as the world focuses on Russia-Ukraine conflict, President Ruto is calling on the international community to pay attention to the forgotten wars tearing apart Africa's social fabric.
Just like the war in Ukraine, the war in the Middle East has been equally devastating. So is the case with the war in the Sahel region in Africa, in Eastern DRC, in Somalia, in the Horn of Africa, and of course in the Sudan. 40 million Africans have been displaced by the war in our continent, and 2.5 million kids are out of school.
At least 16 different conflicts are raging in Africa, and as the situation escalates, food insecurity intensifies in the affected countries. Gishoke Washira, Lunchtime News.
To some education matters now, the Kakamega County Governor Fernandez Baraza has called on Teachers Service Commission to reinstate junior secondary school teachers in towns who were dismissed for participating in the recent strike. Addressing the annual general meeting of the Kenya National Union of Teachers Mumias branch, Baraza urged TSC to rescind the termination of contracts and recall the 742 letters issued to junior secondary school teachers in towns, saying the measures taken are excessively punitive and unacceptable. Of the 10,348 teachers who received show cause letters, 9,606 responded within the stipulated time frame.
I want to demand the reinstatement of over 755 JSS teachers, kwa sababu picketing is their right. Madaktari walikuwa na mgomo. We had a conversation and we unconditionally brought them back. We want the same spirit to apply kwa walimu wetu wa JSS.
Hao walimu waajiriwa haraka, wale ambao wamepigwa labda wameambiwa watoke nje warudishwe. Hatuna walimu wengine, hao warudishwe na hii pesa iweze kutumika kuemploy hao watoto wetu wakuja kufundisha watoto katika mfumo huu mpya.
Back the Eid al-Adha celebrations in Mombasa County, where the Muslim faithful thronged to Nonoka ground for the Eid al-Adha celebrations, also known as the Feast of Sacrifice. The celebrations were marked by prayers and sharing of food with the less fortunate members of the society. A section of Muslim faithfuls, however, will observe Eid al-Adha tomorrow, following different interpretations of the lunar calendar used to determine the date of the festival.
Katika hii siku tuweze kukumbuka kwamba tunahitaji kujitolea katika maisha yetu, katika vitu tunavyovipenda na vile ambavyo hata ni haramu, ni wajibu kabisa kuweza kuviacha. Tunaomba wazee na vijana waweze kuacha mihadarati, lakini vile vile wachukue hatua za makusudi za kuweza kujiboresha na kujitolea ili hii jamii iweze kuendelea. Jambo la pili, Mwenyezi Mungu amesema watasimu bihablillahi jamian wala tafarraku, kwamba watu waweze kushikamana na wasifarikiane. Katika hii siku tunajua kwamba kuna makundi kadhaa, wengine wenzetu watafunga kesho. Sote Waislamu tuweze kujumuika, sote ni ndugu moja, wala watu wasitukanane na tuweze kushikana katika mambo ambayo yanatukabili, tuwe kitu kimoja. na tuweze, ndio huu Uislamu ni kitu kimoja, tufai kufarikiana.
Kadhi wetu miaka yote tulikuwa tukihimizana ama tukielezwa ipo haja tuwe ni wenye kumsikiza kadhi wetu, lakini kwa masikitiko makubwa tuwaona watu ambao kwamba walikuwa mbele kumuunga kadhi na kuonyesha tuko nyuma kauli yake, leo wamekuwa ni wenye kwenda kinyume naye. Hili jambo kwa hakika hatujaridhia.
Bei wallahi, kusema la ukweli, bei imeanza kuharibika. Kitambo bei wallahi mbuzi ulikuwa unampata kwa bei nafuu, yani unampata kwa kama 7,000, 8,000. Sasa mbuzi unaambiwa 15,000, 16,000. Sasa imeharibu hata market.
Elsewhere, the national government, through the Ministry of Mining, Blue Economy and Maritime Affairs and the Kenya Marine and Fisheries Research Institute, has announced plans to renovate modern fish landing sites across 5 coastal counties following approval of a budget totaling 1.4 billion shillings for the construction. Speaking at Mwandamu in Kwale County, Cabinet Secretary for Mining and Blue Economy as well as Maritime Affairs Salim Vuria said the new sites will be built in Lamu, Tana River, Kilifi, Mombasa and Kwale counties. The project will include installation of essential security infrastructure including CCTV cameras to curb fish theft in the area.
Najua wavuvi wengi wanapopata samaki kilo 3 wanataka kuuza saa hiyo ili wasiharibike. Na ndio maana tunataka sasa kuwa na miundo msingi ambayo itawezesha hawa wavuvi wasiwe na haraka ya kuuza. Na tumeweza kuangazia design ya landing site ambayo itakuwa na chumba ya barafu na pia tuwe na jukwaa lingine la usalama. Sasa hivi landing site pia tutakuwa na CCTV.
Moving on, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has urged the youth to focus on monetizing their talents as part of the solution to unemployment. He added that the government is expanding its investments in the creative economy to spur job creation and bolster entrepreneurship.
We have a department in the Ministry of Youth and Sports for arts to deal with the creative economy. So I want to encourage you, my sister, don't give up. My office is available to connect you with that department for arts, so that even dancing is supported the same way we support the other content creators. In fact, dancing is pure art. Those good moves calls for a lot of creativity. And it's enjoyable to see people dance. It's even more enjoyable to join in the dancing. Say we have done quite a bit of work. It's not yet 100% successful, but I can say almost 70% by making sure that these drugs are not readily available, the illicit brews are not readily available. For you to get these drugs and these illicit brews is quite a bit of an effort. So you find that many people are now sober, and I must say I'm very encouraged that our women are telling me that men have gone back home and they are carrying out their duties as husbands.
And child rights activists in Kisii County have condemned exploitive child labor, calling for responsible parenting and protection of minors. During celebrations to mark the International World Day Against Child Labor held in Nyanchwa, the lobbyists called for an end to mistreatment of children by engaging them in manual work. Labour officer Charles Muniko lamented over the situation in the African continent where children are subjected to agricultural labour aimed at benefiting adults.
African child used to wear long clothes, but nowadays they wear long cuts, big skirts and mini skirts. They call it a fashion. Can you stop this imitation? Can you stop this immorality? Can you stop this reputation and face the reality?
We also have some sort of child labor which is exhibited in soapstone carving We also have hawking in town, especially in Darajambiri. It's more frequent there. We also have children who are exposed to worst forms of child labor, like prostitution and slavery.
We support children who are orphaned. We have a presidential secondary school bursary where orphaned children get support, and we ensure that they continue being in school and they complete.
Take care of your children and protect them so that they can be nurtured well to grow and also get their education in schools. Then to the teachers, when you see a child who is being affected, please protect.
Exactly 12 minutes past the top of the hour. We are due for our first break. We'll recall with plenty more, including the very latest and the entertaining world of sports. Stay with us.
Kikohozi cha muda wowote, kutokwa na jasho kwa wingi usiku, uchungu kwenye kifua, afya kudhoofika, tafuta matibabu. Labda ni TB ni ugonjwa wa kweli. Ukipimwa matibabu yapo utapona. Daktari kwa ushauri, tumia dawa kwa nidhamu. Elimu tupashane, tupige vita TB. Mwa TB waishi poa. TB waishi poa.
Good show, everyone.
I can't believe the season's nearly over.
It sucks. I mean, I have no idea what I'm going to do with all this time on my hands.
Unajua, token mita yako inahitaji system update. Ni rahisi na ni free. Ukipata ujumbe kutoka Kenya Power, yani SMS, weka kodi ya kwanza kureset, alafu weke kodi ya pili kuupdate ili token mita yako iendelee kufanya kazi kama kawaida. Update token mita yako. Ujumbe huu umeletwa kwako na Kenya Power and Lighting Company.
Welcome back. Turning the crack to some education matters now. The government has reiterated its commitment to intensify the fight against banditry, a menace that has led to the displacement of numerous children from various schools in Baringo County. Speaking during an inspection of government projects in Baringo, Education Principal Secretary Dr. Belia Kipsang emphasized the government's resolve to restore normalcy and ensure the safety of school-going children who he regretted have been the unintended victims of the virus.
Security ya kila mtu ni ya muhimu. Sisi tutahakikisha watoto yetu hawajasumbuliwa wakienda shule. Kuanzia wiki ujao tunaanza kujenga madarasa 16,000 kwa mashule yetu yote Kenya. Kwa hivyo nataka hakikishia sisi wote kwamba kufikia Januari watoto wetu wa grade 9 watakuwa na darasa lao.
And our 25 students from the Learning Hub School in Malindi town have officially launched a program to segregate waste products using bins made from used plastic bottles. The students are members of the Ecosystem Club and also young conservationists taking part in the Malindi monthly cleanup exercise organized by Progress Welfare Association of Malindi. The co-patron of the Ecosystem Club, Evans Mwandaro, said they were privileged to be one of the schools to start a waste segregation program. The chairperson of Progress Welfare Association of Malindi, Kate Mwikali, extended thanks to the students for initiating the project, terming it as a significant step towards a cleaner and more sustainable environment. Security ya kila mtu ni ya muhimu. Sisi tutahakikisha watoto yetu hawajasumbuliwa wakienda shule. Kuanzia wiki ujao tunaanza kujenga madarasa 16,000 kwa mashule yetu yote Kenya. Kwa hivyo nataka hakikishia sisi wote kwamba kufikia Januari watoto wetu wa grade 9 watakuwa na darasa lao.
we engage at least 25 learners in our club. We were privileged to be one of the schools that have started the segregation program, and we were able to make a dustbin that is made up of used plastic bottles.
Together we can extend these lessons beyond the school and to the homes and community. So thank you very much for being the first ones in Kilifi County to implement the circular economy and the blue economy. Well done, Learning Hub. Well done.
In other news, over 10,000 jobless Kenyans thronged Mount Kenya East Job Fair in Embu County to seek information on how to secure employment abroad. Principal Secretary in the State Department for Diaspora, Rosaline Jogu, noted that the department has brought various stakeholders together to help jobless youths find the opportunities abroad. She said the government has cancelled licenses for more than 700 recruitment agencies in the last 1.5 years for abusing their obligations. Jogu urged job seekers to identify licensed agencies through the National Employment Authority website. Embu Governor Cecily Mbarire urged the youth to get passports while assuring that she will partner with other stakeholders to fast-track the issuance of the travel documents.
Unemployment is real, na tutaweza kusaidia watu wetu wote, watoto wetu wote kupata kazi hapa. Ndio maana tumechukua hii nafasi together with the national government kupatia vijana wetu nafasi ya kuja hapa. Tumezunguka katika recruitment agencies. I'm told there are about 41 ambao wamekuwa hapa tangu juzi, na wengi wao wamesema wamepata vijana wetu wengi ambao wamequalify na watawaita interview na tuanze kupanga vile wataweza kwenda nje.
People who are looking to find job opportunities abroad, please ensure that you work with a licensed agent, and you can find the licensed agents on the NEA website. That's the National Employment Authority website. And if you're looking for cruise jobs or jobs in the maritime industry, then you want to check the KMA website, Kenya Maritime Authority website, and it tells you exactly who is allowed to recruit.
Taita Taveta County Government has partnered with the financial credit provider to sensitize border operators on road safety and security. The initiative comes amidst the increase in motorbike theft cases in the coastal county. Speaking in Voi Town during the exercise, Watu Credit Country Manager Eric Masawe said over the last 17 cases of motorcycle theft have been reported, and cooperation with security agencies has resulted in the recovery of about half of them.
Viongozi wote wa bodaboda kutoka kaunti zote za Taita Taveta wameridhika kwamba watu haihusiki na wizi na wamemshawishi gavana kwamba hicho sio kweli. Na moja kati ya vitu ambavyo tunategemea gavana ataongea leo ni pamoja na kutangaza kwamba watu itaruhusiwa kuendelea kufanya biashara.
Hawa viongozi wenu mliowachagua wameketi na Watu Credit na ninaona wamekuja na suluhu nzuri sana. So Watu Credit, endeleeni kufanya kazi na hao vijana. Vile muangalie, sengine hawa wanapata accidents. Wakati accident imetokezea, unakuta kulipa ule mkopo anashindwa. So kitu kama hiyo ikitokezea, naombeni pia wapatieni nafasi kidogo, akishapona akishaanza kazi ndio aendelee na kulipa.
And a section of members of parliament has called on President William Ruto and Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua to focus on fostering national unity amidst speculations of growing divisions between the two. South Mugirango MP Silvana Sosoro, Joash Nyamoko of North Mugirango, Japheth Nyakundi of Kitutu Chache North, and Hilary Kosgei of Kipkelion East made the remarks in Kuria West Sub-County, Migori County, during a church funds drive. This as the Migori Governor Ochilo Ayako challenged the Senate to ensure effective oversight of the allocated funds to counties.
We need services that is commensurate with our needs and is also equitable to what all of us are receiving.
Still on politics, the race for the Azimio presidential candidate in the 2027 poll is shaping up with Wiper Party leader Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka receiving the backing of the coalition's bigwigs Eugene Wamalwa and Jeremiah Kioni. Kalonzo, however, veered off the matter, instead calling for unity among Azimio leaders ahead of the general elections. They were speaking in Moi Ward during a solemn send-off of Professor Kiteme Kamuti, a renowned scholar from Mui in Mwingi Central Constituency, Kitui County.
Leaders, because the cost will be very expensive. It will be very expensive if you continue to fight each other, to hate each other for nothing. For nothing. And yet you're in the same party.
Tuko na wale ambao wako serikalini na wale ambao wako serikalini lazima waangalie mambo tofauti. I can tell you without the fear of contradiction that Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka will remember what he said yesterday.
Majority ya Wakenya wanasema nchi imechukua mwelekeo mbaya. Nchi imekuwa ni nchi ya kufinya mwananchi kabisa sababu ya ushuru. Sasa wanasema wanataka waongeze ushuru hata kwa mkate jamani. Na Wakenya popote walipo walikataa finance bill ya mwaka jana. Wakenya sasa through public participation wengi wamesema hawakubali finance bill.
Turning the crack to matters sports now, where the national under-17 women's soccer team, Junior Starlets, will take on Burundi this afternoon in their second leg 2024 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup qualifier at Ulinzi Sports Complex. The Mildred Cheche Chargers beat Burundi 3-0 in their first leg fourth-round fixture played last weekend in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. The Junior Starlets are on the verge of making history as the first Kenyan soccer team to qualify for the World Cup. The aggregate winner of the fourth and final qualifications round is set to represent Africa at the 2024 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup slated for October 16th to November 3rd in the Dominican Republic. Africa will be represented by 3 countries. The match will be televised live on KBC Channel 1 from 3 Stephanie Nderangu, Neema Wafula and Levi Olwande bagged a lion's share of the medals as the 4th edition of the Kiambu County Sprints and Relay Swimming Championships got underway at Porter's House, Kiambu. The 2-day swimming championship has attracted more than 200 swimmers.
Ndirangu took a time of 2 minutes 39.58 seconds to finish first ahead of Amanda Kalume and Chloe Wanjiru, who completed the podium positions in the girls 100 meters 7 years and under individual medley category. In the boys category, Leo Kimani clocked 2 minutes 53.89 seconds to emerge victorious ahead of Jabali Gishago and Kamau Kibe, who took the second and third positions respectively. Jeremy Ndonye, Neema Wafula and Levi Olwande also emerged victorious respectively in the categories they took part in. The 2-day swimming championships has attracted more than 200 swimmers. For Lunchtime News, I'm Daniel Mwendo.
Spain made an emphatic start to their quest to win a 4th European Championships with an impressive 3-0 victory over Croatia at the Olympic Stadium in Berlin. In another match, Nicolo Barella scored the winner as holders Italy came from behind to beat Albania 2-1.
Pedri, Ruiz, Fabian Ruiz, oh, smashing goal! In by Yamal and touched in crossily at the near post by Danny Carvajal.
All right, time for us to close and sit ground for the next program. This has been KBC Lunchtime News. Definitely appreciate your valid company. I'm Doreen Arange. Anwangeshi has been our sign language interpreter. Good afternoon.
It's World Blood Donor Day. Join us in celebrating 20 years of giving. Thanks to blood donors, I'm here today. Your donations gave me a second chance.
Nimepitia wakati mgumu sana. Naandikwa kazi. Mpaka nafutwa juu ya huyu tu mtoto. Kila mahali naenda ni mtoto. Kila kitu ni mtoto. Mimi mwenyewe kuna siku nilikuwa nimefikiria kujirusha hapa. Tu na mtoto wangu kama nimembeba na mgongo.
Join us in making a difference. Happy World Blood Donor Day 2024. This message is brought to you by the Kenya Blood Transfusion and Transplant Service.
Watch the Mozartbet Cup as teams from both the top tier and low tier battle for the ultimate prize of representing the country in Africa's CAF Confederations Cup. Catch all the action live and exclusive on KBC Channel 1, beginning with a round of 16 matches, the quarter-final, semi-final, and the final. Mozartbet Cup, live and exclusive on KBC Channel 1, your true sports partner.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Dada's Show, coming to you from Emara Ole Sereni Hotel here in Nairobi. I'm your host, Ashiko Mbune. Now, the Dada's Show aspires to promote the spirit of sisterhood and solidarity. And we do this by creating a safe space for women to discuss issues pertaining to their health, their lifestyle, their work, and everything that affects them in one way or another. Now, it is Father's Day, and fatherhood has changed a lot over the past few decades. Nowadays, dads are more involved in every single aspect of childcare. We're talking from diaper changing to feeding. These roles were primarily and traditionally relegated to women. Now, in honor of this lifelong responsibility, this episode is dedicated to honoring fathers and fatherhoods and paternal bonds and the role that they play in society. So joining me today are fathers, dads, who are going to tell us what fatherhood means to them. They're also going to share with us their fatherhood journey and give us advice as our fathers, as our sages can only do. Now, before we jump into that conversation, remember to wish your father or anybody who has stepped into that particular role Father's Day wishes on our newly launched Facebook page at Dada's Show KBC on Facebook. And you can also reach me directly on Ashiko the host across all social media platforms. Give us your feedback, your comments, your questions on this and any other episode that we have aired. But before we jump into today's Father's Day celebration, let's take a look at the following feature.
Father's Day is a special day to honor fathers, grandfathers, great-grandfathers, and father figures, and to appreciate all they have done for us. The day is observed every third Sunday of June yearly. Dad, Papa, Daddy, Pops, Dada, Baba, just like there are so many ways to call them, fathers come in various types. Pastor Tim Mwangi, lead pastor of Life Church International Limuru, takes us through some of the types of fatherhood in Kenya today. An absent father is either nowhere in the child's life or has no relationship with the child, while a passive father is around but is not engaged in raising the child.
The effect of an absent father to their children is the same. So there is no excuse. I'm a pastor. If today I'm not present for my children, the effect of my absence is the same as the effect of